game. Posisyon na. Sa likod mo ko.
Labanan ng Laguna continues here at the Alonte Sports Arena in Biñan as we shift our focus to the 16 and under squads. Our two protagonists are on opposite ends of the standings, but both are coming off big losses in their previous games. Which team will muster enough strength to bounce back faster? Let's find out. It's Biñan Tatak going up against San Pedro Spartans Lucas, only here in Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL. As you take a look at the schedule, earlier in the 18 under division, it was the San Pedro Spartans winning over the Biñan Tatak. Let's see what will happen here in the 16 and under division. And still with you, my name is Joel Parcon alongside my partner, Coach Noy Africa. Coach, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. And like you said, both of these teams coming off losses. Biñan coming off 2 straight losses, while San Pedro, after winning their first 2 games, finally experiencing a loss. And both teams hoping to get back to their winning ways in this ball game.
Exactly. As we take a look a little bit closer at both of these teams, let's start with the home team, Biñan Tatak. Biñan Tatak in their previous game, they lost big.
Yeah, they did lose to the Palawan New Rich Builders 82-59. In that game, you cannot win a game shooting only 27% from the field and getting out-rebounded by 19. And also they gave up too many points in the paint, allowing Palawan to dominate inside, scoring 46 points against just 24 for Biñan. But in that game, Justien J. Dagkutan came out firing, scoring 20 points, 6 rebounds, an assist, and 1 block in a losing effort.
And on the other side, the San Pedro Spartans couldn't quite get the win in their game. How did they fare, Coach?
Yeah, they did lose against the Cavite City Aces Solar. So again, trying to get back to their winning ways after getting bamboozled in that game by 19. They allowed Cavite to not only shoot better from the field, 44%, but a +10 in field goals make, and that definitely will hurt them. And in that game, they turned the ball over too many times, 21 against just 13 for Cavite, allowing Cavite to score 19 points off turnovers. And in that game, although in a losing effort, Kiefer Panganiban, pedestrian numbers for him, 10 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists, although he does average 10 points, but he's gonna have to do more if San Pedro will get back to their winning ways.
And so we've got everything set. Let's turn you over to our venue announcer, Danzel Santiago, to start part 2 of Labanan ng Laguna.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Alonte Sports Arena here in Biñan City, Laguna. This is the Season 2 of Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL, ang liga ng bawat batang Pilipino. The basketball action continues between the 16 under of Biñan Tatak and San Pedro Spartans. We're live on our official Facebook page and YouTube channel of Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL. And now it's time to meet the starters of your San Pedro Spartans. Guard number 23, Kiefer Panganiban. Also guard number 10, Carlito Sabiera. Forward number 13, Joseph Calooy. Also forward number 9, Andre Alzep. Playing center, number 12, Zion Mendoza. Head coach of San Pedro Spartans, Teddy Polinga. Assisted by James Salentino, Joriel Cruz, Chito Tan, Goy Basares. And now it's time to meet the starters from your Biñan Tatak. Guard number 13, Rainier Sarmiento. Also guard number 18, Gabriel Conejo. Forward number 7, Harry Alcantara. Also forward number 21, Simon Moreno. Playing center, number 34, Sean Gatchalian. Head coach of Biñan Tatak, Sir Alan Mangas, assisted by Albert Almazora, Mac Alzora, Ralph Pansalion, Rolly Almonello.
As we take a look at the Doray team starters for San Pedro, you've got Kiefer Panganiban, Carlitos Abiera, Joseph Calooy, Andre Aldep, and Gian Mendoza. For Biñan, you've got Rainier Sarmiento, Gabriel Conejo, Harry Alcantara, Simon Moreno, and Sean Gatchalian. And of course, officiating this ball game, you've got crew chief Ramon Madera, umpire 1 Joel Abrea, and umpire 2 Joms Tamondong. It's Biñan winning the tip, getting first crack at the basket. You've got Conejo giving it out for the three. That is off from Sarmiento, but that putback is in for Simon Moreno. Ball goes out of bounds and will go back to Biñan Tatak Gel.
Well, Biñan still looking for their identity, only averaging 61 points per ball game, and will really need to start on the defensive end, as they cannot allow San Pedro to get their average of 72 points per ball game.
Here is Sarmiento once again. His pass a little off. Underneath, the shot is no good for Moreno. Here's Panganiban. Gives it up to the wing. Mendoza asking for it on the cut. Mendoza kicks it right back out. Jumper is up, no good for Calooy. And Joseph Calooy actually averaging a team high 17 points. Here's Conejo looking to attack. Step back jumper, too strong. Rebound goes to Calooy. Goes up and draws a foul.
Those are very subtle movements that every player, especially those who like to attack the basket, should have. Those subtle pass fakes, allowing him to have an access to the lane, but will get fouled. But San Pedro will keep possession.
He goes up for the jumper. It's short, but gets his own miss. Second try doesn't go. Tracking that ball was Aldep, and he will go to the line for two.
And if you're Biñan, this is a scary team to face. Itong San Pedro, of course, after winning their first two games, gets blown out by Cavite in their next game, getting their first loss. And this team will really want to get back to their winning ways.
As we take a look at Coach Teddy Polinga of the San Pedro Spartans. Aldep at the line, missing the, getting 2 for 2. And it is now, sorry, he missed one, so he was 1 out of 2, so it is now 2-1 in favor of Biñan, but they turned the ball over there.
Miscommunication as Sarmiento trying to get to Alcantara was not even looking.
Here's Panganiban asking for that screen from Aldep. Goes up for the floater, yes!
Very basic but very effective keeper Panganiban with the floater.
And the pass is tipped, goes to our venue announcer, our technical table. And we'll stay with the white shirts.
Right now, Biñan very sloppy in their press break.
Here's Conejo bringing down the ball. Conejo at the wing will take a three. No good. Rebound goes back to the white shirts. It's a scramble for the loose ball right now. Underneath. Fouled was Gatchalian. Found himself in the midst of redwoods.
But right now, both teams seem to be struggling from the field. Only already 3 minutes gone by. Still very low scoring, 3-2. But you can see both teams really going after those 50-50 balls.
First shot goes in for Gatchalian. You take a look at Coach Alan Mangajas giving instructions to Rainier Sarmiento, the primary point guard for Biñan. As Alconis will check into the ball game for San Pedro. Jadimac Alconis had 9 points and 13 rebounds. 10 off of the offensive end in their previous game.
Biñan, if they did this, their scouting report will really need to get Alconis off the offensive glass.
He's still getting his bearings here in this game. Probably stubbed his finger there as Alcantara will get a basket off the pass of Gab Conejo. Aviera gets it back to Panganiban. Panganiban on the attack, back to Aviera for three. Off the back iron, but it is rebounded by Aldep. Three there by Calooy. No good. Ball is stepped out of bounds and will go back to the white shirts.
Want Calooy to be a little more patient. That time taking a contested three.
And ball will now go back to Biñan. They currently have a 3-point lead, 6-3. 5.5 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Here's Alcantara. Looking for someone to pass to. Gets it to Conejo. Sarmiento. Conejo at the wing for three. Bounces out. Rebound going to San Pedro. Abellar wanted to get it to Alcones, but it was a little too low for the big man.
Right now, Conejo has been getting some good open looks, just unable to convert. If I'm not mistaken, used to play with San Pedro. So should be very familiar with his opponents.
Sarmiento misses there. The rebound goes to Aldep. Here's Calooy. Open for three. Off the back iron. And that's rebounded by Gatchalian. 4.5 minutes to go here in the first quarter. The score is 6-3 in favor of Biñan.
I'd like to see more touches for Kiefer Panganiban on offense for San Pedro, but that will have to wait as he is subbed out together with Calooy.
So their two primary scorers hitting the bench for now. So they will have to look for offense somewhere else. As that is a miss. Conejo is blocked by Aldep. Here he is with the ball. Pulling it back. San Pedro. Here's Alcones on the attack inside. Kicks it back out. Extra pass to Aldep. That goes in.
That's a lot of interior passing for San Pedro that time.
That was also a lot of good cutting.
Oh yeah.
The San Pedro Spartans. Here's Sarmiento. Over to Gatchalian. Conejo on the opposite wing. They get it to the other side. That's a miss by Alcantara from three. On the rebound, foul will be called on Carl Sonko.
Biñan has been getting a lot of good looks, just unable to finish. As you see again, that interior passing, and as you said, the good player movement for the side of San Pedro. But it's really still very low scoring, 6-5 with Biñan ahead by 1.
Has it ever happened here in the junior MPBL where both teams didn't crack double digits in the first quarter?
I'm pretty sure that already happened. But I think the worst that we've seen was a team scoring in the final 5 seconds for their first basket. That was back in season 1.
Exactly, underneath. The shot is no good, but a foul will be called on Alconis. And heading to the line, that's Justine Dagkutan.
What I'm still trying to figure out is it's a low score because of good defense or just very inefficient offense for both teams.
Well, as we did see in that previous play by San Pedro, they are, when they get the opportunity, they come up with a good play. So I tend more towards the defense really forcing them to not get the optimum shots.
And, so far, looking at the numbers, 2 out of 8 from the field for San Pedro, 25%, while Biñan 2 out of 13, 15%.
As Dagkutan gets 2 out of 2 from the line, making it 8-5. Abellar fumbling the dribble. Good thing there was a kickball violation. Ball will stay with the red shirts.
And we're going to expect Biñan to start scoring now with Dagkutan checking in, averaging 14 points per ball game, had 20 in their last outing in a loss against Palawan.
And we failed to notice that CP Miranda has checked into the ball game for Biñan. But on that jumper, that's Alexi Gakrama for San Pedro. As Dagkutan goes to the basket and will draw another foul.
That's going to be a tough cover for Alcones. The mobility being shown by Dagkutan. And that will be the second personal foul for Alcones.
That's why we are seeing Aldep, Andre Aldep at the scorer's table getting ready to check in. That's the brain trust of Biñan Tatak Gel. Of course, Coach Alan Mangahas on the leftmost. 0 out of 2. Sorry, 1 out of 2. From the line for Biñan. Gakrama with the ball, loses the handle, picks it right back up. Gets it to Alcones inside. And he will go to the line for 2. So Aldep will have to wait a little bit longer before subbing in.
Well, that's probably why he went aggressively, just to make sure he gets some extra minutes on the floor. But that's actually a good ploy, trying to attack the defense of Dagkutan, making him work. That time just pretty much a fishing expedition, tried to power his way inside, able to get a trip to the free throw line.
And we are actually seeing Jadimark Alcones still trying to shake off shake his left hand. Seems that he probably got hit earlier when he tried to go for that rebound the first time he got in the game.
He's got the first 3-point play coming from Tabora of Biñan.
Abellar wants to respond right away, but that's just a 2-pointer according to our referees. Here is Biñan. They're up by 1, and that's Dagkutan getting a pound-for-pound foul counted play. Pound-for-pound fitness experience, the pound effect.
And for sure, at that time San Pedro experienced the pound effect with Dagkutan again scoring inside. He's very wiry. He has a very wiry frame, but very understated his ability to finish through contact.
We got less than 40 seconds to go here in the first quarter. That pass is a little too strong from Aldep.
Probably not the best pass, as not really in the scoring position that time was Mendoza.
We got less than 30 seconds to go in the quarter. Biñan is up by 4. Dagkutan is blocked by Mendoza.
And you like the ploy being implemented by Biñan, putting in their a strong second 5 with Miranda and Dagkutan only checking in midway through the first quarter.
Speaking of Miranda, he goes up for 3 and makes it.
CP Miranda showing that he can also score.
Nakrama, nice pass, and that is a basket for Songko. And that's all she wrote for the first quarter. The score is 18-13, 5-point lead for the Biñan Tatak Gel. Coach Noy and I will be back for the second quarter, and we leave you with highlights. This is Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL.
Liga ng bayan na to, mga kabataan na sugod.
The upset of the Biñan Tatak Gel just actually fueled them to do better during training. Sabi nga sa akin ni James Alcantara, their team captain, doon in terms of their offense, they work hard para naman ma-distribute yung bola. Make sure that everyone will be able to utilize that 24 shot clock and avoid yung 4 shots para naman sa kanilang depensa. They wanna make sure this time around going up against itong San Pedro Spartans na mapahirapan nila bago magkaroon ng ball possession itong red shirts. But let's see if yung quickness na sinasabi sa akin ni James ay maging advantage talaga nila for this game. Gentlemen.
Thank you for that report. Daphne Cristobal, the third member of our panel for this game 2 of Labanan ng Laguna. So ball distribution and defensive intensity. That is the strategy for the game. As we take another look at the steal and basket from Songko to open up this second quarter.
Well, usually for teams, after a big loss, that's when you get to evaluate which things that you have to work on, of course. So whenever you win, you tend to overlook those things. And for San Pedro, those are the two things that they will try to work on now. Ball distribution, although so far they only have 4 assists. And on the defensive end, 13-point quarter for San Pedro should be a check mark at this stage.
We go back to what we've been talking about, Coach, about the assist numbers. Is that really a result of poor ball distribution or just your teammates not being able to make good on the opportunities that you give them?
Yeah, so sometimes when I look at the numbers, I don't really pay attention to the assist numbers because sometimes, you know, if you watch a game, you're going to see that a team actually moved the basketball well. It's just a matter of them not sinking their shots.
Exactly.
So even if you make the best pass, you create an open shot for your teammate. If it does not go in, you're not going to get credited with an assist.
And if we take a look at the percentages of Biñan, it is possible that they were distributing the ball. They were just not making the shots. As another basket there for San Pedro cuts this lead down to 1. Another opportunity here. Songko up ahead, makes the layup, giving them the lead, forcing Biñan to call a timeout. It's a 6-0 run to open up the second quarter for San Pedro. And this timeout is brought to you by Nature Spring, provider of safe and affordable drinking water to Filipinos. We'll be back. And we'd like to take this opportunity to thank our sponsors. You see right there on your screen, Doride, ang bola ng Pinoy. We got Pound for Pound Fitness and that finger heart by our crew chief, Ramon Madera. And of course, you also have Pound Active Wing Bowl, Nature Spring, Jinky Skin, Chris Jacob, and Don Benitos, ang pambansang kasama.
And a very quick start for San Pedro, forcing Biñan to push the panic button as they continue to miss Miranda from the outside.
Nice spin by Gakrama. Just misses on the shot. But there's a steal. Abellar spins. Goes up. The shot will be short. Gakrama is fouled. And will go to the line for two. And Sonko, you see Sonko there encouraging his teammates.
And a sudden burst of energy for this five on the floor for San Pedro has caught Biñan unaware. A 6-0 run.
And they're doing this with Calooy and Panganiban on the bench. Gakrama, 1 out of 2. They're now up by 2, 20-18, with 7 minutes and 45 seconds to go in the second quarter. Here's Diaz, goes up for the jumper and makes it.
That's a good read there from Diaz, finding the gaps of the defense, able to score from the free throw line.
Abellar's shot is off to the right. CP is on the break and gets it to his teammate. That's a basket by Gian Kirby Bautista. Meanwhile, Sonko losing the ball on the other end and will be subbed by Calooy.
See there, San Pedro trying to push the tempo, trying to score within 3 seconds, but unable to hold on to the basketball. Will lose possession, turn the ball over, and give the ball back to Biñan.
That is the 4th turnover for San Pedro. Meanwhile, Biñan has 5. No good on that offensive set by Biñan. Here's Calooy, back to Gakrama. Calooy gets it back for the 3. Yes, sir!
That's a better look right there for Calooy in the first quarter. He was forcing some shots. This time gets an open look.
Meanwhile, speaking of open looks, that was Dagkutan with a miss despite being open. On the attack once again is Gakrama. Gets it to Calooy. He will go for the second. That's short. Underneath Mendoza. Nice pass from Abellar.
An offensive rebound and an assist in one motion right there for Abellar.
Here is CP Miranda, pass going in between 2 teammates and will sail out of bounds. Let's take another look at that nice move from Abellar.
Mendoza will score his first 2 points.
Gakrama for 3. That's off the front iron. But Biñan could not hold on to the ball. And San Pedro will get the possession back.
Right now, Biñan starting to pile on the turnovers now with 6 in the game.
Abellar wanted once again to get it to Mendoza, but it was trapped by the foot of Diaz. The ball will stay with San Pedro. Calooy at the corner. Goes up for 3. That will be off, but Mendoza with the offensive rebound up against 3 white shirts. No good. Alcantara gets the loose ball. Sorry, that's Moreno. Here's Diaz. Diaz on the attack. He's fouled before he could take a shot. And we've got a report from Daphne. Daphne, what do you got?
As much as Coach Teddy Pulinga is happy with the players joining numerous tournaments, syempre andun din yung challenge sa mga necessary changes na kailangan niyang gawin whenever the other players are not around. Hindi naman daw kasi nila pwede na itali itong mga players. Sabi nga nila, there will always be 2 sides of the coin. Going up against Biñan, Coach Teddy made sure his soldiers are well equipped and anticipate yung magiging tendencies nitong Tatak Gel. Joel and Coach Noy.
Again, we go back to the preparation that each team goes through to have the best opportunity to win.
Again, for some teams, of course, school is starting for the other school, so sometimes, of course, always that takes priority over basketball, but also some of the other players also have club commitments. So So that's why they have to fulfill that. And right now, San Pedro looking to still get a victory, but will be hard pressed against the Biñan Tatak Gel.
And there's a timeout called on the floor. As we take a look at this layup from Miko Abellar, we will be back. This is Labanan ng Laguna Part 2, and it's San Pedro up currently by 7, 29 to 22. They did win the 18 under game 66 to 58, and they will try to make it 2 in a row. But that's Pineda with a short shot, cutting that lead down to 5. What an acrobatic move from Aaron Nieras.
Almost seemed like we lost Nieras inside the paint and then just saw the ball going inside the hoop.
That gimme is missed there, but Biñan will keep possession. Here they are on the attack. The pass is picked off by Aldep. Up ahead was Nieras, but the pass from Aldep a little too strong.
I think that time Aldep overestimated the speed of Nieras.
He probably got excited with what Nieras was capable of doing once he was going to get that ball.
I guess he thought Nieras could do anything. Anything is possible for Nieras, but that was just way too forward on that pass.
Here is Biñan once again. Another steal. Nieras goes up and in!
Just the ability to adjust in mid-air, finding the angle for that basket.
Here is Biñan going up for the shot. No good from Encarnacion. Here's Calooy, fakes the pass, goes up for the layup himself. It's off to the right. Rebound goes to Biñan. Pineda. The shot is up and he will draw a foul.
Right now it's San Pedro trying to push the pace and looking more comfortable playing helter-skelter than Biñan. As Calooy being told by his coaches to use the board when try to go finger roll on that play.
First shot goes in for Pineda. Let's take another look at this acrobatic move by Nieras, sailing and finding that the right English off the board there.
And of course, from our angle, I thought we lost him already
Exactly.
amongst the trees of Biñan. But just seeing that ball go up and in, very amazing on the part of Nieras.
And speaking of amazing, that's Prince Lumbre with a layup there. So we've got two quick and athletic guards on the side of San Pedro. Here's Encarnacion looking for a friend, and he will be fouled. Nieras a little too aggressive on the defense there.
All of a sudden, the interior presence, interior defense of Biñan non-existent as you've got the smaller guys scoring inside.
It's Nieras and Lumbre. And a foul will be called on Carl Ensomo.
It's going to be team foul number 4 now for San Pedro.
Here is Biñan looking for an answer. Less than a minute to go here in the second quarter. Jumper is up. No good. Here's Nieras with the ball. He's got two white shirts in front of him. He doesn't care. He goes up. He gets the layup.
I have no idea how he gets that ball up and in the threes. He saw 4 white jerseys already in front of him, and he must have thought, oh, I like the odds.
It seems that is a shot that he really practices, the dipsy-do shot. Probably even practices it with opponents. And it really freezes the defense when you show left and then all of a sudden swing it over to the right.
He doesn't really jump that high, but he stays in the air long enough to make that adjustment.
As Encarnacion lines up his second free throw, it goes in.
And despite the spectacular plays for San Pedro, they're only ahead by 10.
And Panganiban with the ball. Wants to join the party but misses on the layup. Gets it back. Kicks it out to Calooy. Calooy for the jumper. No good. And Ensomo with the putback.
Very opportunistic on that putback for Ensomo.
And the last shot of Encarnacion will sail left and wide at the end of the first half. It is a 12-point lead for San Pedro, 39-27. Coach Noy and I will be back to bring you the numbers of the first half. This is Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL.
Junior MPBL would like to thank the following sponsors. Doride, Bola ng Pinoy, the official ball of Junior MPBL. Pound for pound, Biliga ready. Nature's Spring, #1 bottled water in the Philippines. Don Benitos, Pambansang Kasaba. Jinka Skin, empowering women by redefining beauty. Pound Active, for quality sportswear. Chris Jacob Collection, for affordable but quality daily perfumes. Wing Bowl, it's like coming home.
Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL would like to thank Doride Bola ng Pinoy, the first Pinoy basketball brand, Don Benitos, ang pambansang cassava, Nature's Spring, #1 bottled water in the Philippines, Pound for Pound Fitness, Be Liga Ready, Jinky Skin, empowering women by redefining beauty, Pound Active, for quality sportswear, Wing Bowl, it's like coming home, Chris Jacob Collection, for affordable but quality daily perfumes.
And we're back here at the Alonte Sports Arena. Currently the score is 39-27, 12-point lead for the San Pedro Spartans as they really took over in that second quarter. Coach, can you tell us the story of the first half?
Well, it's really been the defense of San Pedro holding Biñan to only 26% from the field, forcing 10 turnovers and being able to score 11 points off turnovers from there. And also, of course, you're going to have the leading scorers on your screens. You've got Sonko with 6, Nieras with 6, Abellar with 5 for San Pedro. Very balanced attack for San Pedro, while Biñan, after the 6 points of Dagkutan, 3 points for Miranda, 3 points for Pineda, and they've really dominated the paint, scoring 28 points in the paint. And interestingly, it has been the small guys who have been scoring inside Nieras with 2 spectacular drives. And right now for Biñan, will really need to tighten the screws on the defensive end, not allow San Pedro easy access to the lane.
And Coach Alan Mangahas will need to figure out a way to get back in this ball game, that 12-point hole that they find themselves in. All is not lost. All hope is not lost. We still have 2 more quarters to go. It's a matter of San Pedro finding a way to be consistent on both ends of the court. And it's a matter of Biñan to find the right spark.
Yeah, they're gonna need to take care of the basketball first and foremost. Been really getting a lot of unforced turnovers, and they allowed San Pedro to score 26 points in that second quarter, allowing San Pedro to push the pace, play at a tempo where they're very comfortable with, and Dagkutan will really need to step up and try to get his team back in this game, and he's gonna need a lot of help. So far, yeah, bench points are pretty much almost even for both teams, 25 for San Pedro, 21 for Biñan, but you'd want a lot more help for Dagkutan as the second leading scorer only with 3 points, Miranda and Pineda.
As we're about ready to start the second half, the Biñan Tatak Gel currently trooping to their bench. And Justin Dagkutan actually on average is the only one who scores more than 10 points, or scores 10 points or more on the Biñan Tatak Gel side. So they are still in search of that second and third options, or second and third scorers for the Biñan Tatak Gel. Meanwhile, on the side of the San Pedro Spartans, while Joseph Caloy is the top scorer on average for the San Pedro Spartans for today, it has been Sonko and Abellar joining Nieras as the top scorers at the half. So we begin the second half. You've got Alcantara and Vasquez in the backcourt. Alcantara goes up for 3 for Biñan. No good. Rebound goes to Calooy.
For San Pedro, we haven't even seen much production yet from Kiefer Panganiban, and they already have a 12-point lead. Just imagine if Panganiban gets his game going, only playing 6 minutes in that first half.
And the stellar play of Gakrama and Nieras really allowed Panganiban to rest in that first half. As a triple is on the way, no good. And Aldep with the rebound.
Coming out of the half, missing 2 3-point attempts, are Biñan will really need their outside shot to get going.
Speaking of outside shot, that's Calooy trying, but no good there as well. Here he is with the ball once again. This time a little closer. The shot still doesn't go in. Rebound goes to Dagkutan. Here's Biñan. Foul will be called on Calooy.
Little too aggressive on the pressure right there, but you like how Calooy, with those long limbs, playing the wing, putting pressure on the basketball.
Here's Vasquez over to Alcantara. Nice pass inside, but the shot is off for Moreno. Here's Panganiban. Uses the Aldep screen. Goes up for the shot, and it goes in.
See right there, Panganiban with the great reads. Does not necessarily score heavily, but he always makes the right plays on the floor.
Alcantara will try again from 3. He went after it thinking it was gonna miss, and I thought it was gonna miss as well, but he gets it off the bank. Meanwhile, for San Pedro, that's Tabora. Sorry, that's Abiera with the basket.
Again, going back to that shot by Alcantara, knew he did not intentionally use the board on that play.
As Calooy will get another steal and a fast break layup.
And what's bad about that incursion for Calooy, he was untouched going to the rim.
And Vasquez will be called for an over and back as we've got a report from Daphne. Daphne, take it away.
Tables have turned and the fluidity of the game just shifted. Jubilant Coach Noy in the dugout, Coach Alan Manga has pointed out the team's turnovers, which was 10 compared to San Pedro only having 5. The red shirts are pressuring them, and so he just reminded etong Tatak Gel to be composed, go back to square one, and not to rattle when they have the possession. Jubilant Coach Noy.
Composure is indeed very important, especially if you are facing a huge deficit as Panganiban misses on the 3-pointer.
Well, especially if your coach is Alan Mangahas, the premium on protecting the basketball and staying patient. Very important for Biñan Tatak Gel.
As Moreno's jumper is off, Panganiban with the rebound. Panganiban, he's got Calooy on the corner for 3. Yes, sir!
And whenever Calooy gets the open shots, he really shoots it at a very decent rate.
And here is Biñan. Alcantara is way open on the opposite corner. Vasquez trying to draw the defense. Gets it to Moreno. Ball is tipped and will stay with the white shirts. And we can see here the 3-pointer from Joseph Calooy. All of a sudden, he is the top scorer. He's got 10 as that basket will go for Gatchalian.
Way too easy right there. Some miscommunication on the rotation for San Pedro.
What a nice pass from Panganiban, and Aldep does not disappoint him, makes the basket. And the reaction from the bench, Coach Teddy Polinga calling Gakrama back to the bench. I think he was about to go in for keeper Panganiban.
Again, we were talking about the rotations on defense for San Pedro on one end. What does Panganiban use to set up his teammate? A rotation, a spin, the no-look pass.
And it seemed like it was almost a no-look shot as well, as Aldep was touching his left eye. As we take a look at some of the crowd that's here to watch live in the Alonte Sports Arena. You can still catch us after this ball game. We have one more at the 14 and under division. So if you want to beat the Sunday heat, you can drop by here at the Alonte Sports Arena.
And that's a case of where you are and where you want to be. If you want it to be cool and chilly, this is the place to be.
As Diaz makes the 3 for Biñan. Panganiban on the attack once again. Casual layup doesn't go. Here's Mendoza underneath. No good. Rebound goes to Diaz. Up ahead is Alcantara. Alcantara with the easy layup.
That cuts the lead to just 14 points. Just when you thought San Pedro starting to pull away. Some baskets for Biñan, keeping them alive.
Panganiban being harassed by Miranda. Sonko for 3, off. Up ahead, Diaz goes up. Oh, the layup is off, but good thing Alcantara was there. for the safety.
Good thing Alcantara was already boxing out Calooy before that layup from Diaz.
Panganiban, eye in the sky play for Songko, but it sails out of bounds. And here come the subs.
Just like that, the spate of turnovers with Biñan able to take advantage of them, turning them into points off turnovers has allowed them to creep back in down by just 12 points.
And here's CP Miranda. He is on the court with Dagutan, Diaz, Alcantara, and Gatchalian. Diaz misses on the three. Rebound goes to Abellar. Here's Gakrama. Calooy up ahead. The jumper is in.
With a high release point of Calooy, kind of reminds me of Kevin Durant. I knew you had that in your mind also.
And he kind of looks like AD as well, with a long, lanky frame. Jumpers are so easy for him.
Near automatic, especially when he's uncontested around the mid-range area.
Here's Justin Dagutan. Alcantara fakes the three, goes inside. And that is rebounded by Alcones. Gakrama looking up ahead. Gakrama wants to go inside, kicks it out. Here's Abellar for the shot, and that's in.
Right now, the ball movement for San Pedro, always finding the open man, and they've been very efficient even from the long range.
Timeout is called on the floor. We'll be back after this Nature Spring timeout. And you're still with us here in the City of Life, Biñan, Laguna. Joel Parcon alongside my partner, Coach Noy Africa, and Daphne Cristobal on the side. Bringing you this part 2 of Labanan ng Laguna. Currently, it is San Pedro up by 18, 57-38. CP Miranda, his shot is bothered by Gakrama. And ball will go back to San Pedro.
Right now, it's Biñan looking for some life. They need someone to spark, give a spark off the bench. And right now, I would think that CP Miranda should try and take over already for Biñan.
And nothing going on that attack from San Pedro as Dagutan gets it inside to Gatchalian.
That's a good play there for Dagutan. Everyone expecting him to look for his points. This time able to set up a teammate for two.
Here's Songko. Gets it to the corner. Abellar fakes a three. Fly by. Yes!
That's a good mature move there for Abellar. Saw the closeout, went one dribble in and stepped back for that three-pointer.
Speaking of three-pointers, here's one from Dagutan. Doesn't go. Alcones with the rebound. Pushes it up. Calooy goes up. The layup is off, but the second chance still nothing. Dagutan was able to challenge there. Gatchalian. Diaz for three. Bounces out. Here's Gakrama. He's fouled by Diaz.
Right now, you're not seeing much flow on the offense of Biñan. Well, right there, that was a good open look created by the dribble by Miko Abellar. Because right now, Biñan just relegated to just hoisting up three-pointers on back-to-back plays.
And it is now a 19-point lead with less than a minute to go here in the third quarter. Gakrama's fade away, no good. Here is Dagutan off to Pineda. Pineda up, reverse layup, no good. They keep the ball. Diaz will go for the jumper. Bounces out. And that's Sonko with the rebound. Nieras. Abellar for three. No good. Alcones inside.
And right now it's just San Pedro outworking the side of Biñan.
Dagkutan gets it to Conejo, but Conejo misses. Shot clock is off. Gakrama. They will go for the last shot here. Nieras. 5 seconds on the clock. Nieras pulls up. That's a miss. And so San Pedro will take a 21-point lead to the fourth quarter. The score is 62-41. Diaz had a couple of good shots here in the third quarter. The relentless attack of Joseph Calooy and the San Pedro Spartans, giving them this 21 lead. Coach Noy and I will be back for the fourth quarter. This is Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL. And we are just about ready to start the fourth quarter. You're still with us here. And that is a nice two-man play between Gakrama and Alcones.
And in that third quarter, Biñan, to start the third, had a mini run, but San Pedro with their own reply and even outscoring itong Biñan in that quarter, 23-14, and right now for Biñan, just allowing San Pedro to get inside and touch.
Missed opportunity there off the pass from Gakrama to Nieras. And converted by Gab Conejo on the other side. Here's Sonko for three. In and out. Conejo with the rebound. Pineda on the attack. Gets it to Dagkutan. Wants to light a spark for the Biñan Tatak gel here on the fourth quarter.
Right now, passing up some opportunities as once again Alcones on that pick and roll, able to get to the rim.
Speaking of getting to the rim, that was Nieras attacking and drawing a foul. So he will now go to the line for two.
He's been very effective in getting to that rim. Nieras with 6 points, make that 7.
Now that I see his shooting form, it makes his two layups earlier even more
he's a
impressive
lefty.
because he's a lefty. And he shot those two dipsy-doos with the right hand. Conejo over to Miranda for the easy shot.
And this could be the 5 that could spark an uprising for Biñan. Conejo, Dagkutan, and Miranda.
As Dagkutan couldn't handle the basketball there, loses it to the baseline.
It's starting to feel like Dagkutan is trying to do too much, not really have to put the ball on the floor anymore, as he had his guards waiting for the outlet pass.
Instead, they will surrender the ball back to the red shirts. Nieras on the attack once again, kicks it out, but Abellar wasn't at the spot he passed it to.
Right now, Biñan is actually leaving Abellar wide open. And after those perimeter shots in that third quarter, that may not be the best course of action for Biñan.
As CP Miranda lines up a jumper, no good. Abeliar grabbing that rebound. Here's Gakrama. Attacks CP Miranda and will draw a foul.
So right now for Biñan cannot afford to allow a good scoring quarter again for San Pedro. They held San Pedro to just 13 points in the first quarter, but has allowed them to score more than 20 in the second and third quarter.
As Alcones, his shot in and out. Ball will go back to Biñan. Gatchalian back to Miranda. Sorry, that's not Gatchalian, that is Tabora. But up ahead, here's Kaloy with a slam.
Rim grazer right there for KD Kaloy.
Not showing any mercy to the rim. Here's Pineda. He will be blocked from behind by Joseph KD Kaloy.
Showing no mercy on that play. No mercy to the rim. And on the other end, getting the block from behind.
And I believe that is the moniker we will be using moving forward for Joseph Kaloy here. As Abeliar tracks down that loose ball. Abeliar on the attack. Goes up and will draw a foul from Conejo.
This guy is very deceptively skilled. If you look at him, you'd expect him to be a little on the slow side of things, but you can see there the burst of acceleration after recovering that basketball and then using his height, his might, his strength to be able to fish for that foul.
First free throw is off the back iron. Yeah, that's Coach Teddy Polinga on your screens. Visibly happy with the performance of his boys. They're up by 22. Second will drop for Miko Abeliar.
But you know, with the coaches, you know, when you see those smiles on their faces with a 23-point lead, part of them actually thinking, what is going wrong? What could go wrong in a situation like this? So never really a moment to be complacent for the coaches.
As Gakrama misses from the corner, CP Miranda, you can feel that he wants to take over this game. As that's Tabora with the basket.
A rare, easy basket for Biñan. And whenever they've been sharing that basketball, they've been getting some good looks.
As Gakrama responds with a three.
But they cannot allow those open looks for San Pedro.
Here's Conejo once again. Goes up for the shot this time. Off to the right. A foul will be called on the rebound. It will be on Miko Abeliar.
Well, it's not for a lack of trying for Biñan, especially for Gab Conejo. He's been trying to look for a shot, but still continuing to struggle from the field. Only 1 out of 8. Trying to be that energizer guy for Biñan.
An energizer bunny?
You got it.
As another whistle is blown. And checking into the game, that's Dakanay and Alcantara for Miranda and Pineda. Moreno over to Dakanay. Tabora downstairs to Moreno. He is bothered by Alconis. Kaloy with the ball. He gives it up to Abeliar. Ball almost stolen by Conejo, and he forces Abeliar to illegally extend his off arm.
Again, Gab Conejo, even if he is not scoring, trying to do everything on the floor. Used to play with these guys in San Pedro, not really known to be that guy you look for in scoring, but has a different role right now with Biñan, and still looking to adjust.
Of course, here in the new season, we have new teams. And some teams as well have taken a leave of absence. And several of our players have moved up to new age divisions.
And moved on to other teams also.
Substitution coming in. Gonzalez checking in for Abeliar. And you've got Ruto going in for Gakrama.
In the pure San Pedro, I don't think you want to be making this game longer by rolling that ball on the floor. You'd want this game to end immediately.
Exactly. Miss underneath from Gonzalez. Here's Dakanay with a shot.
It's an important part of the ball game. I mean, it's a huge 22-point lead, but for the players of San Pedro, as they're trying to give some opportunities for the other guys, aside from the Slim Reaper, Calooy just showing no mercy.
Here is Alcantara for three. In and out. And ball is tracked by Ruto. And he's fouled by Alcantara.
I like how the guys coming in from San Pedro, coming from the bench, still showing the same level of energy, allowing San Pedro to keep this huge lead.
And Calooy will miss from three. Rebound goes to Biñan. Alcantara is up ahead. Extra pass, no good for Tabora. Gonzalez will lose the ball. Alcantara going up for the layup and in.
That's what you want to see right now for Biñan. Don't need anything fancy as you're trying to mount a comeback.
And here is Biñan once again. Alcantara up ahead. Goes up for the layup and in.
And, it has been James Alcantara who has had a good game for Biñan, now with 11 points in the game.
Ankle breaker there. But the shot is wild and will sail out of bounds.
Sorry, that's already 13 points for James Alcantara, but Dagkutan has not added to his total. Already had 6 in the first half, but still with nothing here in this quarter.
Here is Tabora. Thought about the three. They swing it around. Shot is blocked, but a foul will be called as well. Foul will be on Francis Barrera.
And even for the side of Biñanas, it looks like they've already put in some third stringers on the floor. There's an opportunity for these guys to be able to earn some minutes.
First free throw. Didn't go in for Butron, but the second one does. Ball goes out of bounds and will go back to the white shirts.
Well, you can see Biñan still looking for their identity. You've already established Dagkutan as one of your go-to guys, but it's not going to be enough to just have one player to go to, especially in those minutes where he has to sit. And looks like Alcantara is trying to audition for that part of being one of the scorers for Biñan Tatak Vice Gel.
And some more substitutions for San Pedro and Biñan. So it's just an opportunity now for both coaches Teddy and Alan to try and see who else from their squad can possibly contribute in later games.
Again, it's a long season, so you always want to have someone from your bench that you can put into a ball game and be able to provide production, especially with when school starts. You're gonna have a lot of players unavailable for your team.
As fouled there was Simon Moreno.
I think we're already slowly transitioning back to the weekend-only games. So again, a test of time management for these kids. Of course, you're gonna have to balance being a student first before an athlete, and when those school commitments come, it's going to be a challenge for these kids.
As you take a look at Coach Alan Mangahas on the bench of Biñan, thinking of the strategies, going back to the drawing board, as Moreno will hit the second free throw. It's an 18-point lead with 2 minutes and 40 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter. Pass underneath. Goes out of bounds and will go back to Biñan. Of course, as you mentioned, Coach, the school year. Well, the start of the school year for schools here in the Philippines is sort of staggered. Not everyone starts at the same time. So, but we will see the full effect of that probably by come August.
Of course, some of the schools have already started. I know for a fact the Quezon City Junior Giants 14 and under squad, of course representing Xavier School, already started June 15. So I think that's why we're going to have 2 play dates being played in Xavier this coming July. Of course, on a weekend.
On a weekend, yes. And soon enough, I believe that the 6-game slate will become a 9-game slate with the pending start of the Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL D-League, and where the games will be scheduled on the same days as the 14, 16, and 18 under games as well.
Definitely something to look forward to, especially for the fans of the Junior MPBL, as we are definitely expanding.
It's not just an expansion in terms of the number of teams involved in Junior MPBL, but we're expanding the platform that we are providing our young basketball players here in Junior MPBL as they continue on their basketball journey. So they will continue to get those opportunities to play after their 18 and under career, if we could call it. They will have a chance to play in the 21 and under division in the Junior MPBL D-League before maybe attempting to get into the Pro League of MPBL.
Again, that gives an opportunity for the other guys, those who are not able to get into those big school programs and get to play in those collegiate leagues. You give them an opportunity via the Junior MPBL D-League 21 under for them to actually make a name for themselves and hopefully latch on to a team in the pros.
As a foul is called on that play, and Granada going to the line for 2. As here's some of the crowd here to watch live at the venue. Like what we mentioned, we still have 1 game after this, so if you want to beat the Sunday Heat and watch and catch some great youth basketball action, do drop by here at the Alonte Sports Arena. Up after this, we've got 14 and under action still in this labanan ng Laguna, still between the Biñan Tatak Gel and the San Pedro Spartans. Currently, it's a 24-point lead for the San Pedro Spartans, 80-56 with 32 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. So San Pedro has already surpassed their 72-point per game average. Meanwhile, Biñan still trying to get to their 61-point per game average.
Well, if it's any indication, Biñan really needs to work on their offense. They're only shooting 29% from the field. So even if they make it to 61, they'll be down by 19 points. So aside from that, of course, the defense will need to improve, and I think it's just a matter of, finding the right guys to fit the right roles for Biñan. They have some material on that bench, and still learning curve to this, as they will have already played 6 games, and not much games now to try and improve their standings. Some of the other teams have not yet even played a third of their games here in the junior MPBL. So Biñan will really need to start stacking up those wins if they want to make the playoffs.
Lead pass there is picked off. And we've got 3 seconds to go. That should be it as Granada heaves a last second shot. No good. At the end of the game, the score is 80-56. It's a 24-point win for the San Pedro Spartans. And of course, a lot of this can be attributed to the young man we will from now on call No Mercy, Joseph Conrad Calooy. He looked KD-esque all throughout this ball game, sinking those smooth jumpers.
And whenever they needed points, they try and set up Calooy early in the ball game. He was trying to force up shots, but later on, just allowed his teammates to create situations for him in the catch and shoot. Very lethal, especially in the mid-range. Will finish with 18.6 rebounds and 3 assists. Just a total effort coming from Joseph No Mercy Calooy.
And of course, he is the top contributor. And right now, he's with our courtside reporter, Daphne Cristobal. Daphne, take it away.
18 points and 6 rebounds for Joseph Calooy. Congratulations to you and your team. Ikaw ang ating player of the game. From attacking to the basket, outside shooting, pati na rin sa naging dunk mo. Joseph, pwede mo bang ibahagi sa amin saan ang galing yung kumpiyansa mo sa larong ito?
Practice lang po, tapos kailangan po di mapagod pag nagpa-practice kasi para sa yan eh. Yung ginagawa mo para sa yan eh.
Joseph, for sure maraming nakasuporta sa iyo mga nanonood. Ito na yung chance mo para bigyan sila ng shoutout.
Una-una po sa lahat yung parents ko po, tapos yung papa ko po na nasa barko, yung mga coaches ko po, tapos yung mga tropa ko po, yung mga teammates ko po, tsaka mga lola, mga family. Yan lang po.
Once again, congratulations to you and your team. At syempre magpasalamat din tayo sa Don Benitos for providing our player of the game, this sumptuous Filipino delicacy. Don Benitos, ang pambansang kasaba. Back to you, Joel and Coach Noy.
And congratulations to Joseph No Mercy Calooy and the San Pedro Spartans for winning this ball game 80-56. And we still have one more game up. We move to the 14 under division, still between Biñan Tatak Gel and San Pedro Spartans. That is it for game number 2 of Labanan ng Laguna. On behalf of my partner, Coach Noy Africa, and Daphne Cristobal, our courtside reporter, this has been Joel Parcon. We'll see you in a bit. This is Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL, ang liga ng bawat batang Pilipino.
Liga ng bayan na to, mga kabataan na sugod. Junior MPBL para sa'yo, ang liga ng bawat batang Pilipino. Liga ng bayan na to, klaro na to, huwag kang sumuko sa gustong gawin. Isang pangarap, isang tagumpay, yeah. Gabay at pag-asa ng bayan, landas pagbabago, pag-asa, ikaw ang mahalaga. Iba't iba, pero isang halaga. Nagkakaisa, nagmamahalan, nagtutulungan. Liga ng bayan
Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL.
Would like to thank Dorite Bola ng Pinoy, the first Pinoy basketball brand, Don Benitos, ang pambansang cassava, Nature Spring, #1 bottled water in the Philippines, Pound for Pound Fitness, Be Liga Ready, Jinky Skin, empowering women by redefining beauty, Pound Active, for quality sportswear, Wing Bowl, it's like coming home, Chris Jacob Collection, for affordable but quality daily perfumes,